Good morning, family. This is Ricky, and welcome to Hope for Today. We're still in Israel, in Jerusalem, the center of the earth. It's Holy Land Month at Hope for Today. We have just entered into the Church of St. Peter at Gallicantu. This is a Roman Catholic church that was erected right on the site where it's believed that the high priest's house was. I'm just about, maybe 50, 75 yards away from the walls of the Temple Mount. And this is the place that has long often been believed was the place of Caiaphas' house, the first trial for Jesus after he was taken from the Garden of Gethsemane. And I'm reminded of John 13, where Jesus broke bread with the disciples and said, one of you was going to betray me. And you remember that story of how Peter says, even though all of these will fall away, Lord, I will never fall away. And Jesus said, Peter, before the cock crows, you will have denied me 3 times. And of course, we understand our Bible. After that, Jesus would be, of course, gone into a bunch of strings of unfair trials. We're just on the outside of the place where I'm at right now. Peter would have denied the Lord 3 times. And then he hears the rooster crowing and he peers over at Jesus, who is suffering. And it just reminds us of an awesome moment in history and in scripture where you and I are brought to bear with the weight of our sin and the weight of our trouble and the weight of how we rebel against God. Do you feel like there's an area in your life where you've let God down, where you've disappointed him, where you haven't shown up the way that you thought you should have? Well, I want to give you the good news of the gospel, that God never holds the sins of our past against us, but God redeems, he cleanses, and he forgives, and he moves you forward to your future. My Bible says that the same Peter who denied Jesus 3 times was restored 3 times on the other side of the resurrection. Jesus sees Peter and says, Peter, do you love me? Peter says, yes. He says, Peter, do you love me? He says, yes. He says, Peter, do you love me? He says, yes, reminding him that as much as he denied Jesus was willing to restore and reconcile with Peter. And that's the good news for you and I. This entire church was erected to remind us that even those who fail God are still loved by God. And that's hope for today. I'll see you next time.